Welcome to Creative Conversations, a podcast exploring contemporary art, science and friendship. In this episode, we ask a simple question. If you could, would you transform? Through a conversation about hummingbirds, wings, observation and creativity, we explore why people are drawn to symbols of change and what it means to choose a new direction. Join us as we step inside the studio and unpack the ideas behind a large-scale artwork inspired by movement, possibility and transformation. Sandy, hi.
Hey, Jones.
Hi. We're in my studio.
Yeah, we sure are.
We are.
Yeah.
Look, what can you see?
I can see some wings on the wall there.
We've got wings on the wall, which I had at a show last year in November.
Yeah.
And they're human-sized wings.
Yeah.
And they're wings from a hummingbird.
Yeah.
Well, I started with a hummingbird. But they're now two banners hanging on my wall.
Rather larger than wings for a hummingbird, I'm tipping.
Is that the second biggest hummingbird you've ever seen?
Yes. Second biggest hummingbird ever.
Have you ever seen a bigger one?
No, Max. No, I haven't. All right, let's chat about this artwork because you know this is one of my faves of yours.
Is it really?
Yeah, I love this. As soon as I saw it, it just was so epic and big and it just spoke to me. So I wanted to know more about it. Can I ask you some questions about it? Because I can see that for a start, like why? Why did you create such an epic piece and what drove you to do that?
That question makes me laugh every time. You just say, why? And it's like, well, why wouldn't you create a piece like that?
Wouldn't occur to me.
Well, I went into the space, which was a sculpture gallery.
Yes. I saw the piece hanging there. And...
Yeah. And it's a very big open warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to activate the space. It had really high ceilings. It's very open. It's a bit breezy in there.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get a lot of height because there was an opportunity to create an artwork to fill up that space. And it's not that often that you get a chance to do that. Mm-hmm. And so I just said, I'm going to create an artwork in a very quick turnaround time that is 3 meters by 2.5 meters.
Yeah.
It was ambitious, but I think it worked out quite well.
Oh, I'd say you've certainly achieved that. That's awesome. So tell me, what made you choose firstly the paper? We've spoken about the fragility of the paper that you use as translucent paper.
Yeah.
And talk me through the stitching and the work that went into it, because it just fascinates me why you went to such lengths to create this piece.
I would always go to lengths to create a piece. Always. I always put myself on the line. Yeah. And there were tears while I was making it. At 2:00 in the morning, it was due to hang at 11 and I'm still stitching away.
Yeah, the stitching. Oh, my God.
The stitching.
So much work. You can see that. It's all hand-stitched. All up around there.
And
that's amazing.
When it's hanging like that, I look at it and go, oh, that's simple. What were your problem? Why were they tears, Jones? I mean, come on. But like when you actually get it down and it's in front of you, it's actually a very big piece of paper. And then to try and get the needle through the paper and pull it through and stitch it.
Without tearing?
Without tearing was really tricky. And so the part that caused tears is that there was a tear. Tears and tear. It's about the same. Coincidentally.
Tis tear. So what made you stitch in the first place? What was the decision-making process for that?
I like the idea of wearing a costume, or I like the idea of not being hemmed in or feeling static. I feel that you've always got the opportunity to experience new things and change character if you want to get out there and experiment with different approaches. And so I wanted a pair of wings. I think it seemed like a good idea because you never... You
wanted a pair of wings.
I actually wanted a pair of wings.
I knew it. I always knew that about you.
I knew a pair of wings. How cool would that be to fly? I'd love to be able to fly.
Yeah.
So I wanted a pair of wings and I thought I'd just throw myself some. And I chose a hummingbird because I looked at the rotation of a hummingbird's wing when it hovers.
Okay.
That can move in any direction. Yeah. That was the premise of choosing hummingbird. I initially drew the rotation of the wings as it hovers. I had a scientific breakdown of that movement.
Scientific, interesting.
Well, scientific.
Yeah. Science as opposed to art. I find it interesting that you use that word.
Scientific.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's nature. Nature is so interesting. You don't need to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, but that cross-section of science meaning art.
Well, I'm not that smart in regards to, I wouldn't be able to draw.
Don't sell yourself short, Jones.
Sorry.
You're plenty smart.
Okay. But I mean, in regards to, I don't know the I didn't know the trajectory of a hummingbird's wing. I could make something up from my head, but science is always going to be more interesting, or nature, or what's in front of me will always be more interesting as a start before I go somewhere else.
But wouldn't you say both scientists and artists are keen observers, and you're creating from what you observe?
Yeah.
I find that interesting too.
That they're both observing.
Yeah, absolutely. Now tell me, the choice of the translucent paper. Tell me about that.
I like the tracing paper. I want it translucent because I didn't want to be able to see the structure holding up the drawing. I wanted the drawing to hold up itself. And so that's the best I can do, is to have tracing paper that is kind of there, but it's not there.
Yeah.
But there is also the fragility of the wings. The idea of wearing wings means that you want to move, or you want to hover, or you want to fly somewhere. There's a fleeting thought. Sometimes it's quite tricky to pivot in a different direction. And so the paper itself is quite fragile. So there's the initial representational idea of set of wings, and then you're looking at a bigger conceptual idea of human nature. Those big decisions, those life-changing decisions require effort, and it's not going to be an easy ride. There's going to be bumps in the road when you're wanting to change direction, and the tracing paper has the ability to show that, because there's actually also a lot of tears in the paper.
And tears.
And tears. There's tears and tears. It's just like, so there's like life experiences, or, no, it's not all about me, but I'm just saying in general, like when you got to make those big decisions, it's tricky.
Yeah.
You might need a pair of wings.
Don't we all need a pair of wings?
We all need a pair of wings, Superman style.
That's
Yeah.
fascinating. So all that from your choice of material. There's so much thought that goes into even just that simple choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, listening to you talk about your choice of material and what it means to you and what you're trying to communicate to people that are observing your art, it blows me away.
Oh, the details.
The detail. I look at it and I see paper,
Yes.
right? But for you, there's this huge thought process
Yeah.
and decision making that goes into something as simple as that. So I find that interesting.
Interesting in what ways then? Hey, that's interesting. I'm like, why would you waste your time doing that?
No, I find it interesting because I'm trying to understand the artistic mind,
Oh, okay.
and it's alien to me.
I don't know if it is though, because saying before, science is in observation.
Yeah, I'll observe it,
Mm.
but it's different to create it. And that's what I don't understand. The need to create is not something that I feel the need to do.
I think the creation is just an investigative process.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You might set up an experiment. And
Haven't for a long time, but yeah.
Anyhow.
Anyway.
You set up an experiment and artists would just go, oh, I'll just make something.
I like observing. I like picking apart, asking questions, I like dissecting things and trying to nut out why. Why is a very important question. But I think you're doing the same thing, but you're just trying to communicate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's that whole thing where it's steeped in reality, but then it goes into fiction. For me, there's a truth to where I start, and then I go, well, they're quite theatrical, their wings. And then what they achieve for me might be different for what someone else sees in them.
Now I'm really curious. Tell me more.
The process of me making is different. Like once I've made the work,
Yeah.
we can only talk about it as from an observational perspective, because I won't remember exactly what
You were thinking.
I was thinking. I probably can find notes, and on my pinboard you can see there's bits and bobs from the actual process of making these different types of stitches.
Well, there's notes here, right?
Oh, yeah.
We do have some notes in front of us. I found that really curious too. Yeah. You've spent time, you had a specific vision in your mind.
I did. Actually worked out pretty good.
Yeah. More than pretty good. I think it's
It
awesome.
looks enough.
Dare I say biblical, even though it's not meant to be. But the scope of it, it's huge. It has such a presence and it just overwhelms the space, which I think is great. I love that.
I like that they're big and they have a presence, but they don't take up too much space. They take up the right amount of space.
I didn't mean that as a negative. It wasn't negative at all. I walk in and boom, it's there. Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't a negative comment at all. I love this piece. I think it's amazing.
Makes sense.
Tell me about the tears too. The tears and the tears.
The tears and the tears.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, the tears and the tears.
I think it's important.
My body is on the line.
Your body's on fire. No, I
I
mean,
thought
like,
it was on the line when I was making it. Like, it's like going through all the emotions, all the feelings.
I thought you meant you're on a ladder and you're going to fall off or something.
Well, it's possible, but no.
All right. When you invest yourself in a piece of this magnitude,
Yeah.
it's all or nothing, right?
I think so, because from what you're saying, it's actually done its job. Because if I can invest myself in the consideration of materials, the type of stitch or the type of material that I use for the stitch, or the way in which it's hung up on the ceiling, there's certain parts of why I've chosen to hang it that way. All of those elements, if they'd not been considered, they wouldn't resonate as loudly as they do to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I come in and look at this and think, awesome. I see the skill, I see the time spent, I see a talented artist at work and has spent many, many, many hours creating this piece.
Yeah.
As opposed to a banana duct tape to the wall.
But
right?
that is so many.
You can't compare it for me. All right. This
Well,
is
thank you
better.
for putting me into the same banner as Maurizio Catalan. That's very kind of you. But
I reckon this is better than
oh,
banana
it's
duct tape
it's
to the
because you're
wall.
my mate.
No. There'd be millions of people out there that would absolutely agree with me.
No, but like, this hasn't made it onto The Simpsons. The banana duct tape to the wall. That's brilliant. That is absolute conceptual brilliance. You've got to be happy with that. To be so simple.
To each their own.
Well, how cool is that to think about it as artists, right? You look at the world and you grab something and he just hit the zeitgeist. It was such a great conversation.
Oh, it was popular. There's no doubt about it.
It was amazing.
People were interested in it.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I prefer this sort of stuff. And I think that's fair enough. You know, with art, it's in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
And this is the stuff I like. I like to be fascinated. I like to ask questions about or think about what the artist was trying to achieve and why. That fascinates me. And I like to stand there and think about that, look at that. That's interesting.
To go back to the banana and the duct tape.
Let's
because we'll always go back to that.
Yeah.
Because it's a concept as material. That artist is using the concept and that is their material. Whereas I like the tradition of drawing. It makes sense to me. And that's my preferred language. The work that I create, there's always a strong concept behind it, but I do like the material nature of the charcoal and paper and creating a drawing. I like the history of that traditional part of drawing.
I'm with you, James. All right. Let's quickly just touch on this other piece here.
We're going from the wings to the digital work.
I reckon.
So we're going from a very big charcoal drawing, 3 meters by 2 meters, to a printed piece.
Right.
It's a story in a pool.
Yeah.
It was painted on site at Fitzroy Pool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone you know? No.
No. I've got an app called Procreate, which is one of my favorite apps. And I've been working on that for years.
Yep.
It's very useful to pick that out and start drawing on a digital tablet. That's one of my favorite pieces because structurally and compositionally, it's very tight. Colour-wise, it's alluring.
Sorry, can you explain what do you mean by tight?
Well, when you look at that work, do you stay with the work a long time? Or is it a quick glance?
When I first look at that piece, I immediately go past the swimmer and I'm drawn to the space, the water behind the swimmer, and then slowly I start to
come back out.
Yeah,
so you don't actually just go out.
No.
You spend time looking around the artwork.
And I should add that we actually have this print hanging up on our wall as well. So I do like this piece.
Yeah, I forgot that you bought that piece.
Yeah.
And that's so beautiful, isn't it, that you've actually got one of the pieces.
Yeah, well, we've got several of your pieces.
You have one. You're a big collector.
On our wall, yeah.
But what would you like to talk about the digital print? I painted it from observation on site.
Yeah. Well, how does that differ from, say, drawing or painting using that
using a digital medium versus a physical oil paint.
Does that change the creative process for you?
For me, I like working with charcoal because I can work very fast because I can understand.
Love your charcoal piece. Awesome.
And then with colour, I've got to consider temperature, and that slows my thought process down. I can't get the information out quick enough.
Oh, I see.
Because you've got to consider colour against colour.
It will dry too quickly? Is that?
No, you've actually just got to consider mixing the right colour and putting it on the canvas, and it's a more in-depth process. I can do it, but it takes a lot more time. And so with
what do you mean by temperature exactly?
So with colour,
I just assume you meant it will dry too quickly and you need to use the paint, and that's what I thought you meant.
No.
That's interesting.
So when you're working with colour in art, it's cool and warm colours. On the colour wheel, there's yellow, red, and blue.
Yep.
And then the cool colours, blues,
like blue through to before it hits red. Or,
I see.
and
I
then
see.
the warmer colours
Yep.
are the yellows and the reds. And so that's a temperature thing. And so what happens is that the blues or the cooler colours will recede. So they'll go back in space when placed on the canvas.
Yeah.
And then the warmer colours will come forward. When you're wanting to create a painting, if you put a red in the background, you need to consider that it has to be a cool red. It has to be associated more to the blue side of things. Because if you put yellows in it, it's going to punch forward. The colour will project boldly from the canvas and it's not going to sit in space.
Interesting. See, I had no idea that's what you meant by temperature. I had no idea. So this is why I ask questions.
I know you ask questions.
Yeah.
I feel I need to ask more questions, but you're asking me questions right now, so you can't.
I'm playing devil's advocate.
I know,
there.
we both can't ask questions.
No, that's great.
My drawing is always going to be my go-to because it's very quick, it's very immediate, it's out of my head, straight onto the paper. It's the quickest way to read someone's mind, read their drawings. Whereas if you're painting outdoors, you've got to spend time mixing the right colours, sit in the correct space on the canvas.
Yeah.
I couldn't be bothered taking my paints to the pool.
Fair enough.
How good is technology? I can actually get the colours that I'm seeking on a digital tablet, and it is still very tactile. I'm drawing with my fingers or painting with my fingers, but without the mess or bulkiness of lugging around a set of oil paints. But the digital prints that I've printed out, that people can buy, are some of my favourite works because they're painted on site. And I think most of my works have to have that resonance about them. They visually grab you. When I send my work at the markets, people stop in their tracks and say, oh, that caught my attention. Why? And it's because the energy of the place is caught in the artwork through the mark making. I have a lot of works from Falls Creek on the lawn or at the pool. They're all places I love.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and then that energy attaches itself to the work.
That's fascinating, Joe. See? This is why I ask you things.
But do people do that often? Do people just say, oh, I'm going to draw that place?
No. This is why we're here. This is what we're doing. We're trying to figure out life and figure out what's important to people and why they do things. It's
Well, I guess that's
the
that.
truth.
Yeah. It's so important to me. But hey, look, that's us. I think we're almost done, Sanji.
Joan, what do you reckon? Let's go get some food.
Should we go get lunch?
Let's
Yes,
go.
let's go
All
get
right.
lunch. Okay, ciao.
Thanks for listening to Creative Conversations. Today we explored transformation, observation and the human desire to imagine ourselves becoming something more than we are. Whether through art, science or everyday life, perhaps we're all looking for our own version of a pair of wings. If you enjoyed the conversation, follow the podcast and join us next time as we continue exploring art, science and friendship. Thanks for listening.